Francesca, no! How you gonna cheat on Jamie with another Jamie? Hey everyone, it's Shauna from Pay Your Weights, and today I'm going to be reviewing Power Episode 3, Are We on the Same Team? This is Season 5, y'all. So, I'm going to do this like kind of group everybody together because it'd be too much going on to go in the order of the whole episode. So first, we're going to talk about Ghost first. We're going to talk about him first. So Ghost, he had a lot going on, y'all. So we see the beginning of the episode opens up with him. Basically, I guess this is after he kills old dude, and we see that he's washing his face, and then as he washes his hands, he sees blood on his hands. And so Ghost is just having a hard time dealing with everything. I don't know if it's because he can't talk to Angela, and Angela seems to be his moral compass to help him not do bad things, but this is his way of, I guess, dealing with the death of his daughter. So he's going to become a vigilante. So, there's an interesting relationship between him and Councilman Tate. They just cannot seem to get on the same page, especially when they are having business meetings. So we see Francesca here. Francesca from, I don't know her name, Gabrielle something. I can't say her name right, and I probably said that wrong, but whatever. Francesca, because y'all know who I'm talking about from the Jamie Foxx show. So she's on there. She's one of the rich investors, potential investors. And so they're having a meeting, and they're going into like what this space is going to be. And then we see that him and Councilman Tate and Jamie basically are not on the same page. Jamie mentioned something about retail spaces, and then the old dude's just like, we never talked about that. And so she was just like, look, y'all, I'm not interested. And so they kind of have like an argument back and forth, you know, just like, hey, maybe you need to take a break because you got a lot going on and we're not on the same page. So, yeah. So, we see that Jamie decides to take things into his own hands and have a meeting with Francesca. And basically they end up smashing. And I was just like, y'all didn't think that scene was awkward? I thought it was really awkward, y'all. I was just like, y'all are going at it like jackrabbits. I was just like, Ghost, I've seen a lot of sex scenes from you, and this one was not getting it. And I don't know why. Y'all let me know how you felt about that, but I was cringing the entire time. And I was just like, hell, I'd rather watch him and Angela have sex again than to watch what I just had to witness. And so we see that she ends up playing him. They have a meeting, him and Councilman Tate, and he was just like, dude, you totally got played. And one of the reasons why she didn't want to work with us was because she was unsure about your professionalism, and the way that you just gave her the D, that just lets her know, like, she not gonna mess with you. You totally got played. She just basically took it from you. And I just think it's crazy because I'm just like, so you're saying that you're doing all this for the memory of your daughter. And I know that I know that you and Tasha are not together, but I just feel like that's so disrespectful to be doing that and think that somebody's still going to want to work with you. Call me old fashioned. I just think that is just way too much. And so we see that Ghost is having a hard time after this because now he has to find a way to get the money to help pay for this building. And so we see that Tommy asks him in the beginning of the episode, like, hey, can we go back to the old times? You can help me clean my money right now until I get everything situated. And basically Ghost was like, no. But after this whole meeting with Francesca, he was just like, look, we can do this, but I just need to make sure that you're not doing any business with Kanan, because if you are, then we can't work together. And so Tommy was like, no. And then we see Kanan shows up with this money because Tommy and Kanan had a conversation that Kanan wanted in with the business, and he basically told him like, hey, you got to pay up front like everybody else. And we see that he ends up robbing Cristobal for the money to give to Tommy. So I'm just like, Tommy, why you just don't think. Tommy just don't think, y'all. He just don't think at all, and I just don't understand why he can't get his life together. So since we already on the subject of Tommy, let's go ahead and finish talking about Tommy. First, I gotta talk about this awkward-ass conversation between him and Keisha. I just hate seeing them together, y'all. I just cannot, when I see them together, it almost makes him act bad too. Like that whole conversation when they was talking about like what he should do about his father, I was just like, dang, like I don't even like his acting right now, and I normally never have a problem with Joseph, who plays Tommy, but them together, we just don't do it. Just stop it, okay? But he trying to get that old thing back with Keisha. Keisha knows she won't the D back, okay? So she's playing games, and then Tasha told him like, girl, just make sure you guard yourself because Tommy ain't in the right space right now. And so the reason why Tommy's not in the right space, he already has this stuff going on with Jason and trying to get all of that taken care of, and then the problems that they have with the Jimenez, but also too, his daddy ain't shit, y'all. His daddy ain't shit, okay? So basically his dad, the whole time that he's been trying to get back into his life is because he was basically using Tommy to get out of jail. So basically he's gonna become an informant for the DA's office, and he's going to get information on Tommy to give to them to put Tommy behind bars. And I was just like, even when his mom came, because his mom ain't shit either, but his mom was just like, look, he's going to betray you, and I'll be right here to say I told you so. And she just too much too, because she came in like, how was Robin? When is Robin's funeral? We like, girl, who Robin? You talking about Raina, girl? Like, huh? I just didn't understand. And so she got her little cocaine from Tommy, and then she left, but she told him like he not right, don't trust him. And so we end up seeing Tommy pick him up at the end of the episode, and they're going on to their little father-son type of relationship. And I thought it was so funny when Kanan was talking to Tommy, and he was just like, yo, go talk to your daddy, like, why don't y'all go to a baseball game or something? And I just like, Kanan, you're so petty for so many reasons. It's just way too much. And so we also see that Tommy has a confrontation with Tasha, because Tasha's just upset because she's just like, why are y'all cool with Kanan? Like, why are we cool with him? We just gonna act like Raina isn't dead because of Kanan? And I'm still on the fence about it. Like, I get where Tasha's coming from, but I feel like everybody had a role in Raina's death at this point. I just need everyone to accept that. And so we see that Tasha is still having a hard time dealing with the death of her daughter. And also, too, it's hard because she has to grieve alone because Ghost cannot be there for her right now. And so we see that she goes to the grief counseling session, and she sees that the drunk driver who killed the couple's son was murdered. She goes to ask Ghost. She's just like, did you do this? And then she's just like, what are you doing? Like, you being stupid right now. You're not thinking. And if you're going to go kill him, can you go kill Dre? Can you go kill Kanan? You got a lot of other people that you need to kill. But even if you do kill them, it's not going to bring our daughter back. And I need you to realize that. And so she's also going back and forth with Angie. And basically, we see that the investigator is closing in on this case, like the internal affairs investigator and the detective that shows up in the beginning of the episode to basically ask Tariq, like, hey, we got a tip that you actually went outside and Raina followed you outside. And that's not what you gave us in your initial statement. So it seems that everything is kind of crashing down on everyone. And so Tariq is still lying to his mother about what happened that night. But then after a conversation that Tasha has with her friend Keisha, which I actually appreciated her being like, y'all have been lying to your kids since the day that they were born. So why would you expect your kids to like tell you anything? Like, why would you think that would be normal? And so she has a conversation with Tariq as she drops him off to his new school, and he basically lets her know like, hey, I was there, I watched her get shot. And they kind of have this moment where they kind of bond. I still don't like Tariq, but he didn't bother me as bad after that scene in the episode. So back to Angie, okay? Because I need Angie to keep her legs closed to anybody that works in the same office as her, any criminals. Like, you can't find somebody on Tinder, Bumble to go, like, you know, end your drought. Because I just feel like she'd be so thirsty, y'all. She'd be too thirsty. Hell, you might as well go answer Jamie's phone calls if you're going to be doing all of this. And so we see she keeps ignoring his phone calls, which I don't understand because you went to him when his daughter died. So I don't know if you're just doing that because of the relationship you have with Tasha now. You don't want him to find out. Also, too, did y'all peep that when they were having a conversation over coffee, how Angela refers to him as Jamie and Tasha refers to him as Ghost, almost like Angela's trying to live in this world where Jamie is still like this person from back home, back in her childhood, and Tasha's just like, no, this food Ghost, like, you need to just give it up. So I thought that was really interesting, just how they both refer to him. And so Angie and the meanest dude that work in the office, and something don't seem right about him. I don't know if he in with the Jimenez and he trying to like infiltrate her. I don't know what's going on, but he don't seem right. Just something don't seem right that you just that interested in this woman after everything that you done heard about her, and you getting the draws and stuff. And so I just, y'all let me know what y'all think about that, but that don't seem right, y'all. It don't seem right. Angela needs to close her damn legs and just go find a cut buddy from somewhere else. And so we see that she's trying to do this case on Jimenez, and her boss is basically not having it, but then she has the breakthrough where she discovers that the woman that has been seen with the dude is basically the number two, and she's part of the entire family, and it totally went over their heads for some reason because women can be badasses too, but whatever. So I'm trying to think. So we see that Kanan's plan is coming to fruition. He's seeing that he can basically turn 2 bits against Dre because basically Dre gave just told everyone else that this other dude did the hit when it was really 2 Bits and Spanky who did the hit. And then basically, you know, they're just upset about how Cristobal is his number 2 now. And basically, Kanan's gonna flip 2 Bits, and we already know how that's gonna fall. But they hate Dre so much. Like, why they hate Dre so much? And then Dre, you was around Ghost this whole time, and you didn't wanna learn no Spanish. You don't wanna know what they talking about. I was just like, bruh. Then he was like, why you keep interrupting? He's like, shh. I was like, you don't let him disrespect you like that? Like, I know he crazy, and I know they all crazy, and they'll probably kill you. Like, he said he was gonna cut your eyes out and then choke you with your eyeballs. Like, you riding with that? Like, you okay with that? But yeah, so I'm interested to see how this is gonna play out with Dre. Dre gonna die before the end of this season, whether it be from Kanan, 2 Bits, Tommy, like, shoot, the Jimenez. I don't know what's gonna happen, but it's just a lot going on, y'all. This episode, it was cool. It was okay. It's more of a setup episode just to see the arc with Tommy and his father, Ghost getting back into the business, even though he's supposed to go clean, and then Angela trying to get the Jimenez and her not being able to close her legs to married men or people in her office. Like, it's just too much. So, those are my thoughts on Power Season 5, Episode 3. Are we on the same team? As always, my name is Sharonda from Pay Your Weights, and if you like what you saw today, make sure you hit the like button, hit subscribe, share this video with your friends, and I will see you soon.